Hello, everyone, and welcome to this panel discussion on Helix Control-M. I'm Ram Chakravarti, and I'm the CTO at BMC Software. As Iman mentioned on main stage yesterday, we are super excited about Helix Control-M. As you well know, Control-M is our flagship product that you're using today to drive your companies to become an autonomous digital enterprise. In today's session, we want to share the details about Helix Control-M, the SaaS version of Control-M, and help you understand what you can expect for the MVP launch and GA on December 1st and beyond. To do this, we've assembled the experts, the brains behind this innovation, the executive team from our digital business automation product line. So we have Gor Steit, the president and GM, Guy Eden, the head of product management, and Karol Smechakowski, the head of R&D. Now, I'm going to try to do my best to put myself in your shoes and ask questions that we believe you would ask if this team was sitting in your offices. So, gentlemen, are you ready? If so, let's go. Gor, the first question is for you. SaaS offerings have virtually exploded across all kinds of business and IT functions. What makes now the right time for Control-M to go SaaS?
Great question. And you're right. I mean, SaaS offerings have exploded over the last 2 years. And of course, something like Control-M, automation products are a little more tricky because they touch so many different things that they don't lend themselves to SaaS very easily. But obviously, we've talked to a lot of customers, we've sought a lot of advice at advisory board meetings, executive briefings, and clearly it was something that was very, very important for our customers. So we went to think about how can we re-architect things, how can we really deliver this. And probably one of the biggest reasons we felt now is the right time is we're seeing how customers are working on transitioning to autonomous digital enterprises, right? They're working to become more agile, deliver actionable insights to their business, drive more customer centricity. And as they're working to become ADEs, right, they're rapidly changing, right? Application workload orchestration is also evolved into a much more of a federated model, where you absolutely have traditional or core IT ops organizations that are driving standards and compliance and stability and scalability and performance. But at the same time, you have federated application development teams that are looking for agility and flexibility and really delivering brand new applications. And we felt that allowing customers to continue to use Control-M on-prem for many of their systems of record that are running the data center and may not go to the cloud even anytime soon, right? And so they can continue to use Control-M on-prem for those. But for many of their system of innovation and system of engagement that are being built anew and are being delivered in a cloud environment with federated teams, we felt delivering Control-M in a SaaS model gives our customers flexibility, gives them the ability to add and really in a very easy way, extend Control-M to a lot of those applications, to a lot of those teams with really low friction. And so we felt that being able to deliver Control-M on-prem and SaaS now is the right time to really make it easy to consume for new teams that are building new applications while allowing our customers to continue to run the Control-M on-prem they know and love, to run all the critical system of records that they're running. And we feel this allows the IT ops team to really become a catalyst to drive agility and federated work throughout the enterprise.
That is fantastic to hear, Gor. I love the thought process behind it. Now, you mentioned the federated nature of new digital product teams. Let me tee this up for Guy. Guy, how does consuming Control-M as a service help deliver that agility that Gor talked about?
Thanks, Ram. That's an interesting question. Gor was talking about federated teams, and of course, the crux of agility is to have numerous small teams that can run very fast. The challenge that you have, especially in a large organization, is that all those teams will tend to choose the tools that they want to do the specific jobs they need, which might work for some small period of time. But if you then need to take those things into production, you have a challenge because nobody's tested those tools, nobody's certified them, nobody's sure they're compliant. you're giving a headache to the IT ops staff who need to make sure those things run robustly in production. If, on the other hand, you force those teams to use whatever is already the standard, then you're creating a bottleneck in the IT operations team, probably some resentment in the smaller teams. So you need to find some balance. And we believe that that Helix Control-M provides exactly that balance. Because it's a SaaS offering, those smaller teams, which might be, for example, data teams in the line of business, can easily use it. There's no installation, it's very intuitive, it's all through web and API, standard stuff. They can get going very, very quickly. Flip side is that when it comes to putting something like that into production, the IT ops guys know this stuff, they know they can trust it, they know it's compliant, they know it's robust, they know it will keep going in production. So essentially you're getting the best of all possible worlds without any vast number of disparate things going on in the smaller federated teams and maintaining the robustness that you need for the centralized production.
Love it.
I wanted to add on top of that a little bit because this is a customer event, and so we focus a lot on our existing customers and how Control-M running in SaaS can help our existing customers. But it's probably worth noting that for prospective customers, it's just a much easier way to start. So somebody who does not use Control-M today and is looking to become a member of the Control-M family, Helix Control-M running in SaaS is just a much, much easier way to start consuming Control-M and get the benefit of everything we've done on the upside for 30 years, but also all that flexibility and really benefit from Control-M in a quick and easy way.
Love the additional insights as well, Gaur. I mean, my takeaways are twofold. If I'm one of the data guys in the business side of the house, I'm super excited about this being fast track my innovation on data and analytics initiatives. At the same time, you are continuing to deliver the robustness and the mission critical complexity features for the IT guys and making sure that this continues to be pivotal to what you're doing going forward. Love this thought process. Let me turn now to Carol. Carol, as the development lead of Control-M, you've delivered incredible innovation in the product over the years. First off, hats off to you and your team. Now let's talk about the SaaS version. What is it about the SaaS version of Control-M that makes it really special from an innovation perspective?
That's a great question. Thank you. So from innovation perspective, Control-M is unlocking tremendous opportunities for our customers. And yes, it did change the way we design and build software. Few examples. First, we embrace DevOps. That proved to be critical for us to move fast and release new innovations to customers, specifically on Control-M SaaS. We took the as code approach. Everything is written as code. The platform itself is built as code. We deploy that as code. And of course, we test everything automatically through a automation framework. On the architecture side, Control-M had become, with Control-M SaaS, a cloud-native application. That means that the onboarding experience, customers are going to install their agents on their environments and connect it to Control-M through a public cloud in a very robust and secure way. That means that the platform itself is highly scalable. We are using Kubernetes, and of course, everything is Dockerized. That allows us for resilience, but also for scaling out. So Ram, look, there's no doubt that Control-M is adopting and embracing new architectures and of course, new design paradigms.
That is fantastic. And you know what, guys, I'm really getting very excited about it. You guys continue to amaze me. Guy talked about the data persona. We talked about our traditional IT persona. And Carol, you added to it with a DevOps persona. I'm salivating to hear more. And it's really interesting that and it sounds like the DBA team is really walking the AD talk. Super impressive. I want to talk about the platforms that you are looking to deploy the SaaS product in. And I recall that you mentioned the AWS platform. What led you, and this question is for Gaur, what led you to host Control-M SaaS on the AWS platform?
It's a great question, and it's one that we debated quite a bit. And like everything, there's business elements, there are technical elements to the decision. And so maybe I'll start on the technical side. Carl mentioned that we re-architected many elements of the platform to run natively in a cloud environment. And it's no secret that I believe that we have the best R&D team in the business and the most customer-focused R&D team in the business. They've always built on-prem solutions. We actually needed some help in understanding what's the right way to architect a solution to run natively in the cloud. What's the right way to handle security in the cloud? What's the right way to handle availability and reliability and redundancy in the cloud? What's the right way to handle performance elements and performance aspects in the cloud? And one of the things that help both from a product and from a business perspective is AWS actually has this thing they call the SaaS factory. It's a team that worked closely with us, really helping us think through a lot of those elements on performance and availability and security and how to really architect the solution to run natively and run well in the cloud. Now, of course, business elements as well, such as a tremendous partner ecosystem, marketing collaboration, and many, many other things. It's important to note that even though we host our servers in AWS, we can actually run workloads, jobs everywhere. So whether a customer wants to use AWS or Azure or GCP or a private cloud or a virtual or even physical data center, we can absolutely run jobs across all of those in a multi-cloud hybrid environment, hosting the solution on AWS, and we can do that in a secure, scalable, well-performing, highly redundant, and highly available way, thanks to a lot of the collaboration we've had with AWS.
Good. Thank you for that response. The thought process is pretty comprehensive, and something that I really love in what you said is, while recognizing the strength and the best-in-class capabilities of the R&D team, you also know where you need help, and you're not afraid to go and partner with people that are experts in those new areas. This promises for a golden future, and it's really awesome to hear. Now, let me turn our attention to the offering itself now. I know you guys are calling the first iteration the MVP. So, Guy, this question's for you. What does that mean in terms of what the service can and cannot do at GA as of December 1st? Guy?
Sorry. The first thing to say is that this is Control-M. So it has all of the key core functionality that you'd expect from Control-M. Having said that, it is SaaS, slightly different offerings. There are certain changes we've made. We do want to make sure that we target all of the relevant personas that are going to use this system. We talked about the smaller federated teams earlier. We need to make sure they can do their job. We want to make sure that we're addressing some of the key technology tenets that we've talked about. So we think this is going to be useful for people who need to automate data pipelines, for example. We want to make sure that it fits in to an enterprise DevOps pipeline. And we want to make sure that it can still be used, of course, by IT operations to automate any part of the business that needs automation. So having said that, what does that mean in practice? Core Control-M functionality is in. There are certain things that are necessarily changed because it's SaaS. So, for example, the way you manage users and the way you manage agents will look slightly different to the things that some people are used to if they know Control-M today. There are some things that are not relevant in our SaaS world. So, for example, there won't be mainframe support. That will be different. And there are a few things that need to be re-architected, and they're part of a later phase. So, for example, the way we do archiving will change slightly. That won't be there on day one, but it will be there shortly after. So having said all that, all the rest of the core functionality is in, all the core scheduling and planning, all of the tools we provide for developers, of course, are in there. SLA management is a very important part. All the core job types. We're not supporting all the job types we do today because there are many job types that are used just by very few customers, but all the core ones are there, including file transfer, of course, including support for SAP. So again, all that core functionality is there. I will say one other thing that we do get asked a lot is about migration. Can I migrate from an on-premises Control-M to Helix Control-M? The answer to that is not on day one. We will be providing tools for that later down the road, but we want to bring the SaaS offering to a greater degree of maturity before we do that. But on day one, that won't be in. All this, of course, is subject to our roadmap. This is the beginning of a journey. We have a roadmap for all the things we want to put in. Obviously, the on-premises Control-M, but also to Helix Control-M. And the input of all of our customers, that is going to be absolutely critical. So we look forward to getting that feedback and making sure that we orient the roadmap appropriately.
Super. Thanks, Guy. Good. I'm actually going to extend that question to you, given the point that Guy made. And as Guy noted, I'm sure you've heard of this migration request or idea from multiple customers, and Guy gave a pretty clear position on how we're going to approach it. Is there anything that you would like to add to this stream of thought?
Yeah. So clearly, as soon as we talk about SaaS, people want to know, can we move our existing environment to SaaS? It sounds exciting. It sounds fresh. And I could probably share anecdotes and specific examples from customers, but we are going to run out of time if I did all that. So I'll say it this way. We absolutely plan to move in that direction. We believe that is something that many customers will be able to do in the future. Right now, it was more important for us to get something in the market, into the hands of our customers. We felt that it was important that they can get the benefits now versus later. We wanted to make sure that they can benefit from the goodness that is Control-M and put it in the hands of those federated application teams and big data teams as fast as possible. And they can now do that right away in a low friction way. It's also important to note that because Control-M runs extremely mission critical applications, right? We don't want to think about what happens if we have a problem. We have to take this very, very seriously, and we have to make sure that everything runs with 100% availability, but also that the process of migrating is one where we think through all the details, all the permutations, how do we even take a little bit of downtime during that migration process, right? So we wanted to make sure that we think through that, and that when the time comes, this works right 100% of the time. So this is something that we will go forward with. This is something that we will absolutely address in the future. Right now, we felt it was important to give our customers the ability to benefit from Control-M running on a SaaS platform right away, and we will deal with migrations in a roadmap as time progresses.
Thank you, Gaur. I like the pragmatism and the thought process behind the approach to migration, and you're absolutely right. This is a delicate situation, one that we want to ensure goes perfectly for our customers and our continued ability to support them in the stellar way that we've been doing. Let me flip the script a little bit and turn it to Carol. Carol, what would you like our customers to know about the technologies behind this technology, if you will?
Thanks, Ram. So as Gur mentioned, Control-M SaaS is designed in partnership with Amazon. That means for the last year, we've been working closely with the Amazon AWS architects, implementing what I would call the best of breed cloud application. We took advantage of all the proven cloud services Amazon provided us. And to me, that was a unique synergy that I believe our customers are going to experience with Control-M SaaS, a highly resilient, very robust, scaled out, and of course, secured state-of-the-art workload automation solution. But it's not just the architecture itself, but it's also how we're getting ready for production, how we're going to support customers in their production environment, running their critical business applications. So for that, we put in place production level services and various technologies to ensure that they are getting a highly secured and continuously available Control-M running on SaaS.
Awesome. I love highly secure and continuously available. Fantastic. So Guy, I want to turn it back to you. Can you elaborate on how customers can get the new SaaS offering and anything that you may have done in terms of making the product easy to use and to realize value quickly?
Certainly can, Ram. So first of all, in terms of getting the product, that's straightforward, the same way that they do today. Our sales force are fully enabled. They are fully aware of the SaaS offering. So anyone who's interested, please talk to your sales representative. They'll be able to give you all the information that you need. When it comes to ease of use, that's actually a key pillar of the way that we define our roadmap. One of the slogans that we use is ease of consumption. And we're always asking ourselves, what have we done in this part of the roadmap to make Control-M easier to consume? It's an ongoing target for us. So specifically around SaaS, the interesting thing here is that we expect to have a lot of different personas. We've talked about the smaller teams and so on. We've talked about data and DevOps. We want to make sure that it's easy to use for all those personas, whether it's traditional schedulers and operators, or developers, or DevOps staff, or data engineers, or many others that use Control-M. We've invested a lot in improving the user interface, for example. Those who are familiar with the older Control-M interface will see a huge change in what we've delivered both recently in Control-M and now for Helix Control-M. It's much easier to use. It has nice little features like things that walk you through the fields you need to fill in the first time you're configuring something. We've improved the documentation, including things like embedded videos to make it much more intuitive and much easier to find the information you need. So we've really done quite a lot, both in the UI, in the documentation. For developers, we continue to augment the API and our jobs as code approach to make it easier for developers to use as well. So really, we've invested all round to make it easy for you to get your workflows up and running and realize value as quickly as possible.
Super exciting. I mean, this is awesome, guys. Guy, I'm going to stay with you for the next question. We know pricing is always an interesting question when a completely new product is brought to market. What do you want customers to know and take away from the pricing model, about the pricing model for Control-M SaaS?
Absolutely. So I'll say something maybe that our current customers may not be expecting. The pricing is easy and transparent. We are going to have a proper SaaS pricing model. We're actually going to tier it, so it's going to be based on consumption. It's going to come in 2 tiers. The tiers are called Start and Scale. So Start is going to be more suitable for smaller customers. Scale is going to be more suitable for larger customers with more complex workflows. The Start pricing is going to be published, so that's going to be publicly available. It's going to be standard pricing. In a change to what we do today, the standard unit of consumption is going to be job executions. We think that's a much fairer way to look at things. It measures the amount of usage of the system. It's very consistent with a SaaS approach. So we think it's easier and more transparent all around. The other important thing that I'll say is that we're also making a big change in the way that you can consume test systems. So the standard pricing has a price for a production system. You can then buy multiple non-production systems at a much cheaper price than the production system. And along with those, you also get another instance, which we call a sandbox, which is, as its name suggests, somewhere where you can play around. These systems are temporary. You can go in, you can play around. If you want to let your developers get familiar with the system, they can mess about with it. Today, there are issues there because they might do things with the API that cause you to have lots and lots of jobs. Here, it doesn't matter. Again, that's going to come for free with the rest of the system and make it a lot easier for people to work out what's going on. So it made it easier and more transparent all round, which is a great thing.
Fantastic. Gaur, I want to turn this to you, but first off, a couple of comments, right? So one, I love Guy's simple, transparent pricing model. And it's wonderful to hear that Carol's team has created and will be delivering the sandbox experience to help dev and ops collaborate. I'm betting that our Control-M customers, both current and prospects, are getting really excited with everything that we've covered today. However, I want to be sure that we don't forget any prospective customers that may be listening to this session in particular. So what are the few vital things that you want those set of constituents to take from this discussion?
Thank you for the reminder, Ram. This is a great point. I mean, this event is obviously, we spend a lot of time talking about our customers that know and love Control-M and how Helix Control-M running in a SaaS environment helps them. But the reality is that there are many prospective customers that can benefit. And, we talked a little bit about the autonomous digital enterprise and how Control-M and now Control-M SaaS drive 3 key tenets in the autonomous digital enterprise, which are automation everywhere, enterprise DevOps, and the data-driven business, right? And that helps enterprises really achieve the business outcomes, right, of agility, customer centricity, and actionable insights. Now, the reality is that this is relevant for existing customers, but it is also relevant for prospective customers who are going through a similar transformation, trying to become autonomous digital enterprises, and can absolutely benefit from Control-M. And the beautiful thing here is this just makes it easier for them to start consuming Control-M. So all the work that we've done, over 30 years of experience, that is the goodness of scalability and reliability and the ability to really drive compliance and standards and efficiency in how you run production workloads is just easier to consume. At the same time, it's certainly easy for them to drive agility, flexibility, innovation with Control-M and all the new innovations that we've done in Control-M in the last few years. So this really makes it that much easier for a prospective customer, for a new customer, to join the Control-M family and start taking advantages of Control-M in a much, much easier, low friction way. And the thing that I really think is important to remember is it really puts the IT operations team in a position to be a hero in the business, right? Making everything run fast, efficiently, reliably, in compliance with regulations, and at the same time providing flexibility, agility, performance, speed, all the things that the modern autonomous digital enterprise cares about. And I'm very excited about that.
And the excitement is infectious, Gord. Thank you for that comprehensive response. And I want to tie back one element of what you said today. I love the fact that you are tying what Helix Control-M SaaS can deliver in terms of enabling the AD tenets of automation everywhere, enterprise DevOps, and the data-driven business. And it also resonates and echoes some of what Guy and Carol said in terms of the various personas. A, you're going to continue to make the IT ops stakeholders champions. B, you are engendering greater collaboration and greater automation for the DevOps personas. And C, you are providing phenomenal capabilities for the data aficionados that are pioneering data innovations in their respective organizations, data and analytics innovations. So a lot of exciting things to consider. Now I want to tee up the next question to any or all of you. As you guys well know, Ayman made the public announcement for Helix Control-M yesterday. And we've said today, general availability is on December 1st. How can anyone in this session track the progress and stay informed on this amazing new offer?
Okay, I'll try and answer this question, although I'm from R&D, but the marketing team of DBA asked me to mention that we have a new webpage. It's called the BMC Helix Control-M webpage, where everybody can visit, they can sign up, and they can get a lot of information between now and the launch date in December. So I encourage everybody to get on that page and get updated on progress.
Thanks, Carol. I'll chime in there as well and just reiterate again, as I mentioned earlier, our sales guides are 100% enabled. So for those of you who have a sales contact, please feel free absolutely to reach out to them. They'll be able to help you get all the information you need. And if you're a prospect and you're interested in what you've heard, please go to the BMC Helix Control-M webpage. You'll be able to find there all the resources and contacts you need to find out all the information that you require.
By the way, that's just sales, pre-sales, everybody in the org is fully up to date on everything Control-M SaaS, and we're excited about that. We're sure our customers are excited about that. So initiate a conversation, we'll be happy to help.
Fantastic. Thanks, gentlemen. Gaur, we're coming to the close of our panel discussion. So final question for you, Gaur. Last but not least, from the launch perspective, the official GA, we've talked about it a couple of times, is December 1st. What parting thoughts do you want the audience and any prospective Helix Control-M SaaS customers to know from today's session?
Wow, thank you. So first and foremost, right, without all the people attending this session, our customers for many, many years and some newer members of the Control-M family, without you, we would not be here today. And of course, we are very grateful for that. We want to thank you for your business. I want to thank you for being loyal customers for many years or fewer years. I want to thank you for all the feedback we collect and all the input you provide us that helps us deliver a better product, a better overall solution, and helps BMC be a better company. We are very, very grateful for your business, and we hope you are excited about this as much as we are. Now, we are excited, of course, because it makes it easier for you, right? It gives you more options, more choice, more flexibility, more agility, and of course, it allows you to use Control-M to drive your company in becoming an autonomous digital enterprise. We talked about customer centricity and actionable insights and agility and the data-driven business, and all those things are real, and Control-M helps drive that, and that makes it easier, and we are very, very excited about that. Now, I'm obviously very proud, extremely proud of the team that for delivering what I know is going to be a game-changing experience, a game-changing innovation for BMC, but more importantly, for our customers. And I'm very thankful for the BMC executive leadership team, for our sponsors, for everybody else who put our face. This was not a small undertaking. We've been working on this for a year and a half plus. There's a lot of work and a lot of expense that went into this, which everybody supported, because we know it's going to make Control-M better, we know it's going to make BMC better, and we know it's going to help our customers run their business better. So really, I can't wait to work with all of you, our great customers, as we go on a SaaS journey together, support your business objectives, help you truly become an autonomous digital enterprise. And Ram, I also want to thank you for all your help today, and I want to thank Carol and Guy and everybody else for a wonderful opportunity to share what we believe is a tremendous innovation and a tremendous game-changing capability for our customers.
That's awesome. That's really wonderful to hear, and it's been my privilege to be part of this panel discussion with Gaur, Guy, and Carol. Really exciting times ahead of us. So thank you, gentlemen.